The lab will create, over the course of 5 years, just under 200 jobs. And we anticipate over the course of the half decade following that there'd be as many as another 100. So between 200 and 300 over the 10-year period. Now, it would not make any sense for us at all to come to an area like Collier County where there's no research infrastructure,
right,
no research hospital, no medical school, unless we could envision a future where those would start to come together. And so we do envision that. In fact, I had discussions as recently as this morning over breakfast with a party that is very interested in creating a hospital next to us. It would be a specialty hospital at first, perhaps a general hospital over time. We're having conversations with a party that would like to have a science and math high school at the site. We very much will need to attract a good medical school with a research and clinical focus. And I think it's fair to say that the landowner, under the right terms, would be willing to donate land to all of those
right,
not-for-profit entities. That would be the nucleus of a community that would then start to grow. There would be space for a biotech park that would be for-profit companies that would want to be close to the hospital, close to the medical school, close to our cutting-edge breakthrough research. There would be a retail village that would support those entities. And if you think about being out in the eastern part of the county, folks are going to want the convenience of being able to get coffee and groceries and things like that close by. And then there'd be a residential community so that people working in those areas could choose, if they wished, to live very close there. And the Washington Economic Group, which has done all of the analysis for Scripps and Burnham and Torrey Pines and others, predicts that the growth of that community would lead to about 7,500 jobs over the first decade, and then something in the neighborhood of 9,000 or 10,000 jobs over 20 years.
So Jackson wouldn't be developing the hospital?
No.
Can you identify any of the parties for us? Our viewers really appreciate as many details as you could provide.
I think what I'd like to say at this point is that we've had discussions with several local institutions and at least a couple of Northeast regional institutions, and there's interest. No one's at a point where I'm really free to discuss names or whoever. And at this point in time, we're having conceptual discussions, but I think at least a couple of the local parties could turn into very real discussions very quickly.
Would the high school be a public high school or a charter? No, well, charter schools are public schools. Would it be a private entity?
See it as a charter school.
A charter public school?
Yes.
Okay. Would Jackson partner in the profits from that? I mean, this sounds like there'd be a nice cash flow.
From the school? No.
From the whole big picture you just sketched?
No. We're very content with what we do, and in terms of our research, the services that we provide to pharma, biotech, other academic labs, our own educational programs which focus on training PhDs and postdocs in the research that we do, reaching out to career professionals and helping them keep their skills and knowledge current. That's what we do. And by the way, most of that costs us money. It doesn't make us money.
It's just part of the package.
It's part of what you have to do.
Let me ask you, what would you say to an entrepreneur here or elsewhere who might say, I think what these guys propose to do is great, but I did the same thing on my own dime, and I had to put everything up, and my success, I sort of pull myself out by the bootstraps, so to speak. So why should these guys come along and get public money assisting them?
Look, I've worked in the for-profit sector, the not-for-profit sector, and government. And I can tell you, I have started from scratch companies in Ireland, in New York, New Jersey, turned around a company in Maine on my own dime. And you get the rewards for doing that. You take the complete risks for doing that. Not-for-profit sector, It is an absolute struggle to fund research, world-class, cutting-edge research. It doesn't happen without a combination of public and private support and a lot of hard work on the part of the scientists to write grants, get grants, conduct their programs. It won't happen without that kind of support.